Morning. So when I go to comb my hair, I guarantee this, you see how it's getting its curl? That's not gonna stay. So if I would have to get my flat iron out and get that down. But other than that, most of it has stayed pretty dang well. It's gonna be another hot one today. I saw it on Facebook. People got some bad storm up north. Oh man, I really gotta pee. It's hot. I imagine that my hair will not remain straight for the remainder of this weekend. It will most likely go back to being curly by tomorrow for sure. Why do I say that? Because again, it's hot and I'm getting sweaty even just in this house because the house does not have good ventilation, circulation. This army green color. I need to run to Walmart, pick up a few items that I am missing to make cookies. Today, we're baking the best peanut butter cookies you could ever want. Good afternoon, almost, it's 11:45. So, I went to Walmart to get ingredients that I was missing for peanut butter cookies. Well, I forgot, and apparently I didn't put it on my list. I don't know why. Stopping. I forgot the most important ingredient in peanut butter cookies, the peanut butter. So I'm just gonna make a quick run across the way to Family Dollar and purchase peanut butter. Ooh, people are out today. Yes, so I am purchasing peanut butter. In the meantime, I have put out my mixer. The butter is in the bowl, softening as we speak. Softening by, you know, getting soft. Obviously, my AC is cranked in this car because, again, it is hot out. It is currently 91 degrees, which in Wisconsin is a muggy, hot mess. I don't mind the 91 degrees part. I really don't. The heat is not what bothers me. It's this humidity that we get. As I've mentioned before. Come on, people now, smile, me brother, everybody get together, gotta love one another. We do. We really do gotta get together. The Beatles have it right. We gotta get together, love one another. Get your kid out of the street. I swear, some of these, you know what? I'm not even a parent. I am just gonna slow down really good here. Ugh. I don't know what to tell you. I'm driving. I'm paying attention to what I'm driving. Paying attention to my surroundings. I am also talking. And my mom does the same thing. I caught her doing this, so it's not just me. She was trying to conversate with me and Matt in the car when we were on our way. We were hanging out, gonna go down, was it last week Saturday? She missed her turn a few times. Forgot where she was going a few times. So it's not just me. I can't blame just me. It's just a thing. It's a human thing. People get distracted when they're talking, trying to think of what they're saying or whatever. He's being, aw, man. I'm always catching this red light. Always, no, that's not true. Not always, but majority of the time, I'm getting this red light. can't say the majority of the time you're always, because that doesn't make any sense. It's contradictory. I am usually catching this lightning. I have never had anybody clap at me when they are talking. And I think I would smack them if they did. Yeah, if anybody ever did that to me, I would probably grab their hands. That's really obnoxious. If anybody claps in my face like that, that's rude. That's rude. That's more rude than pointing at somebody. Peanut butter. That's all I need is peanut butter. So I'm gonna go get peanut butter. Okay, well, alright. I'm using the Betty Crocker cookbook recipe for your basic peanut butter cookies. Where, get your butter. So a half cup of butter is 1 stick. You want to use stick butter and not the softened butter because that's not real butter. Use real butter, you'll have better baking. So yes, we're doubling this batch. That's why there's 2 sticks in the bowl. It calls for a half cup of butter, which 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1 whole. So that's two sticks of butter. Calls for a half cup of peanut butter. 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1 whole. So 1 cup of peanut butter. Get yourself a glass, or in this case plastic, measuring cup like so. I'm going to show you the easiest way to dish out something that is like peanut butter or sour cream or something that usually gets stuck on the sides. Right? I don't have a tripod anymore, so I'm going to have to show you this a different way. Just a moment. Okay, so the best way to do this, instead of taking a measuring cup like one of these and filling it and scraping it all out and possibly getting the right amount, because baking is precise, do this. Have yourself a measuring cup like I showed you. Fill it to the amount of ingredient that you need. In this case, I need 1 cup of peanut butter. So I put 1 cup of water in here. You put 1 cup of water in your measuring cup. Then, using a couple of spoons like I've got here, you scoop out your peanut butter that you need. Let's see if I can do this with you so you can see. Okay, let's see. Yes, please. No, yes, no, yes, no. We're gonna try this out. Oh, there you go. How about that? So you scoop out your peanut butter. Just kind of like drop things on the floor. It's fine. Just put it in there like that. Scoop and scrape kind of thing. Scoop. And then when your water level gets up to your 2 cup, this is only a 2 cup. So when it gets up to your 2 cups, then you've got 2 cups of your ingredient in your measuring cup. See, it keeps going up. So I'm just going to do that. See there? Perfect. Now, when you go to put it in your bowl, you can do like this, and you have precisely 1 cup of peanut butter. Whoops. That's fun. Move quickly, because you don't want that to happen. So let me do that. Alright, so there you go. That's the peanut butter and the butter. That's the first instructions. Follow instructions when baking, otherwise it won't come out. Unless you're grandma and you just know how to make everything. Beat the butter and the peanut butter with an electric mixer on medium to high speed for 30 seconds is what it says. So here's my Oster electric mixer. It's a kitchen. Oster kitchen is what they call it. This was my grandma's. So yes, or my mom's, I don't remember. It's mine now. So now I put that down, turn this on, and we're gonna run on mix. That's why you want your butter to be soft. Okay, mix it up. Oh, blurriness. Okay, so see, mixed up for 30 seconds. It's nice and creamy. That's what you want. Okay, so the next instructions are add the sugar and brown sugar and baking soda. So it says 1/2 cup of sugar, which as we know by now is 1 cup for this recipe. Your sugar. I usually bring everything over to my island ahead of time, but for whatever reason I decided not to do that, and it's making me very disorganized. And I don't like it, so I'm actually going to fix that. Okay, so your next step is to put in your sugars. Granulated sugars, it's the white sugar, and then brown sugar. Pay attention to the instructions. The instructions say packed brown sugar, which means when you're measuring your stuff out, you're going to pack your cup. Pack it like it squishes down, so then it forms. You see that? I didn't use my 1 cup measure. I used a 1/3 cup, so that's why there's 3 lumps here. So 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 1 cup. If you can't do math, these are fractions. Fractions are really not hard. So, this needs to be put away. Hold on. Alright, so you put your 1 cup of granulated, your 1 cup of packed brown sugar. Now it calls for 1 teaspoon, not tablespoon, so TSP on your teaspoon measurer. That is teaspoon, not tablespoon. Teaspoon of baking powder and baking soda. Make sure you're leveling it out. That's what this thing is for. So you can level it out. Instead of scooping like this, you want to drag it up so it's nice and level. That is the right amount to use, not a heaping teaspoon, because then it's more than a teaspoon. Same thing with your baking soda. When you open it, your box has this thing here. You see that? That's what you use to scrape your little spoon on, because it's nice and flat. Get in there. I use this baking soda to clean my dishwasher. There we go. Got it. Okay. Baking soda and baking soda specifically is what makes your cookies fluff up. That and eggs. Okay, so it says to mix, beat until combined. So we're going to lower this down again. I really wish I had a KitchenAid because that's what I want. We're going to beat. That's going to take forever. So we're going to mix. There we go. Mix. Get yourself a spatula. We're going to turn it down again. Put it on beat. And we're just going to scrape the sides. Just scrape your sides down so that it's all beaten together really good. This was always my favorite part for some reason. I just like scraping. It's satisfying. Scraping is satisfying. Alright. Beat until combined. Your next ingredients are your egg, 1 egg, room temperature preferably. It makes a difference. I forgot to take mine out, so it's not quite room temperature, but whatever. Your 1 egg, and your vanilla. 1 egg, 1 teaspoon. Alright, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Beat until combined. Peanut, oh, then your flour is next, should be next. Those are all your wet ingredients mostly. Beat in as much of the flour as you can with the mixer. Stir in remaining flour if necessary. Cover and chill dough, blah, blah, blah. So we don't have to cover and chill the dough if necessary. So it calls for 1 1/4 cup, which is 2 1/2. Because 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4, which if you can divide, if your top and bottom numbers are divisible, like 2 divided by 4 is 2, so 2/4 equals, I'm not explaining this correctly, but 2/4 is 1/2, okay? No, it's not. 2/4, yes it is. 2/4 is 1/2, oh my gosh. But if you want to make it easy for yourself, just measure out 1 1/4 twice. But I'm going to do 2 2 cup. So that's 2 1/2 cups. I will also add that when you are combining your flour, you want to do it slowly so that your things are combined and you don't get like clumps of flour in your mixture. So I put in 1 cup so far. Where's my spatula? And you want to make sure it's the 1 cup is combined, then add your cup number 2. Alright, that is combined. Add cup number 2. After you add your 2nd cup, it definitely changes. You see a ball forming there? I'm slowly adding my 1/2 cup, my last 1/2 cup. Scraping the sides as I go, and basically just tapping it in like this. Instead of just don't just dump it in, just tap it in. It's better. It just is. My phone is at 5%. I need to charge it. Alright, so before the piano guy came, I wasn't able to show you the remainder of my cookie making because my phone was almost dead. And that's because that's what happens when your phone gets unplugged at night. So here's one of the cookies. That is a Reese's cup. I thought I got like the mini ones, but I just got the individually wrapped minis. So I had to individually unwrap them and put them in there. Anyways, and don't use you could use your mixer and you'd end up with Reese's Pieces chunks in your cookies. So I mean, if you prefer the chunks, then great, do that. So I was gonna go over to Norm's place and give him a couple of cookies because he'd given me cake yesterday. Well, I can't drive in the rain because I can't see the road, the line in the road to tell me which side of the road I'm on. So unfortunately, no cookies for Norm today. He said he would come over tomorrow, and that's cool because, well, because it just is. He needs his cookies. So I made a double batch of peanut butter cookies, and I mixed in the Reese's peanut butter cups. Deliciousness. I actually got that idea from Starbucks. Anyways, I made my own. They're soft, and I like soft cookies. So I was gonna head over to Norm's, but it's starting to downpour. Oh, Jesus. It's supposed to be a pretty big storm. My piano guy literally just left. Okay, not literally. He left maybe 2 minutes prior to it starting raining. So I hope he made it back home without getting drenched. He doesn't live too far from me, actually, from what I hear. But yeah, it's dark. It got dark real quick. The wind has picked up. It's cooled down quite a bit outside. So it's definitely, and it started to pour. It's pouring out. I think there's supposed to be thunder and so on. Hopefully not too bad like they got up north. They had a tornado watch. There were down power lines or down trees, stuff like that. So hopefully it's not too bad here, and hopefully Russ can get home safely. So, I guess it's just time to watch TV. Well, that rain did not last very long. It was a good dump of rain, you know, cooled down. It's 73. It cooled it down about 20 degrees, so that's nice, you know, for when that happens. So now it's not so muggy outside. It's not so unbearably hot. It's actually quite nice. It's just not, you know, it's not sunny. It's still a bit cloudy, but you know what? That's good because it's keeping off the main heat, I guess, you know, from the sun. So now I can head over to Norman's place and give him his cookies. So that's what I'm doing. I have it in this nice holiday bag because that's what I have. I don't have any Ziploc bags. So he'll get the cookies in a little holiday gift bag. They're decent sized cookies. I don't like, they're like, make 1-inch balls or whatever of cookies. Who wants a 1-inch cookie? That's not big enough. They gotta be at least 2 inches in diameter. Seriously. Diameter is the cross of the cookie from edge to edge, you know? One edge straight across to the other edge. And the radius would be from the center to the edge. It's just like radius times 2 is diameter. Just so you know. Yeah! Anyway, math and stuff. So I'm just gonna head over there and probably chill for a little while. Russ is not home yet. It's 4:41. So I imagine him being home maybe within the hour, probably. And he may or may not go to game night tonight with me, do Chris's place. Nobody likes to be recorded. So when we go to game night, I'll be signing off, but that's not for a while. I think it starts at 7 or 8. I don't remember. I'll have to look at the invite. I think it's 7. In any case, that's it. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, yes. Okay, good evening. It's like 11:40 something. I'm going home now. So, oh, blurriness. Have yourself a good night. Tomorrow's Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you on Monday. Toodles.